Guys, have you seen a DIY Halloween flower anyone can make? Come, let me show you. You know, on this page, I don't get keep and I show you everything. Now, all you need is a template, just a regular strip of cardboard, 4 centimeters long. You can measure with your ruler or your tape rule. Cut off the excess like I'm doing in the video, but make sure that it's a very thick cardboard because it's going to be coming into contact with heat. Yes, I'm going to be showing you 2 different methods. Now we need 1 centimeter width of any satin ribbon or gross grain. Now I'm using a gross grain right now, but the other ones I did was satin. So whichever one you want, this is the first method. Now the first thing you need is you're going to be running the template through the ribbon and going to be cutting it off. Now, the most important thing for this particular method is that you need a hot soldering iron. Now, this is very important for you to know that the hot soldering iron is really hot and it could burn or scald you. So you have to be very careful. So you're going to be using the soldering iron to cut the satin ribbon. Now, the most important thing that you need to know in this is that we are trying to use the soldering iron both to cut and to make sure that the edges are well opposed. Yes, that's why we're using the soldering iron. But I'm going to be showing you another method that you do not have the soldering iron. Don't worry, I got you. So make sure you stay to the end of this video to watch how I do the other method for you. Now we're going to be needing 12 to 13 strips of this particular satin ribbon I'm cutting. Actually, it is gross grain ribbon, where you can use any of the 2. So as I cut, just see that I'm trying to ensure that the soldering iron do not touch my hands. Now I've been doing this for almost 7 years, so I'm used to it. Though it has burnt me or scalded me a number of times, but I'm used to it now. So you have to be very careful when you're using your soldering iron. Like I said, the most important thing is to ensure that the soldering iron cuts and also to help to oppose the edges. Now I've cut some of the orange and I'm cutting now some of the black because I'm going to be mixing the colors orange and black. Do you understand what I mean? So you're going to be mixing orange and black. So for this orange, for the black, you can see how I'm using the soldering iron to cut and also oppose the edges. Now I'm going to be showing you the other method. Now this other method, you just use your template as usual, but you're going to be using the scissors to cut. Now after using the scissors to cut, because we know that the edges could also still fray away, we are going to be using any source of light, candle or lighter. In this episode, I'm going to be using the lighter. So all you just need to do is to use the lighter to oppose the edges. Now, if you're doing mass production, this might not be very feasible, and that is why an option of soldering iron is available. I also have machines that we use to actually cut into sizes like this. If you need any or you're interested in knowing about it, let me know in the comment section. So I'm all done with my the number of strips that I need. I did 6 of orange and 7 of the black. Now this is how we go about it. I need you to look very closely at this first one. I'm going to be doing another one to show you. Now you're going to pick one strip, fold into 7 and then fold in and then turn. I don't know if you understand me. Let's go again. Just look at my hand, fold into 7, fold in and then turn. That's it. The 7 will be facing the other way. Okay, so again, let's go. You pick one strip, fold into 7 opposite, fold in and then turn. That's it. So you can just watch the video a few times so that you can fully understand how it is being done, but it is very easy. Now I'm going to be running this through, alternating the colors. Now if you're doing one color, obviously you don't need to alternate any color, but because we are doing 2 colors, we're going to be alternating between the yellow and the black. Now we are all done. All of our strips are already on the thread, and you just try to arrange it nicely so that all face the same side, and then you're going to form a knot with the thread. Yes, and make sure it's not too tight because we're still going to be adjusting or arranging the flower as we go along. So you can see I've tied it twice, but make sure it's not too tight, but it's tight enough that it doesn't go loose, but not too tight so that I can arrange the roses. Yes, and that's it. We're almost done with the arrangement. You can see how it's been. I'm arranging it now. I'm just going to be pulling it out one by one, step by step, so that it follows the sequence. Okay, I see it following the sequence like that, one by one, and then you can see it looking flat. That's it. So you just have to be a bit patient and make sure that this is done before you cut off the thread. Yes, because if you do not cut off the thread before you arrange it, it's possible that the thread might just come off while you're trying to arrange and you cut off the thread already. So this is what we have. Now you can decide to adorn with whichever type of bead that you want. You can decide to adorn it with whatever type of bead you've got. So I've got this bead. I just use my hot glue gun to just affix the bead on top of the flower, and that is what we got. Now in case you're interested in ordering for yours, I've got the link at the end in the comment section. If you're ready for training, I've got my WhatsApp waiting list for more training. So see me, make sure you follow me on this page because many more videos are coming up, and make sure you join me for many more videos that I'm going to be uploading. So I see you in my next one. Stay safe, be good, keep being creative. Bye for now.